everyone, Designchickee here. I'm back from an amazing vacation and London was my first stop. I've been to London several times now, so when I visit the city, it's less about all the touristy things to do in the city and more about certain neighborhoods that I love to spend time in. Although some of the big touristy things still creep in now and again. I mean, Big Ben. You gotta say hello to the big guy every time, right? First up, Portobello Road. It's the world-famous Portobello Road market in the west end of the city, and it's packed with people on this Saturday morning, like every Saturday, which is the main day for the market, although there are smaller versions of the market every day of the week. It's full of great energy. It's also known as one of Britain's largest antique markets, with thousands of dealers for all kinds of collectibles, bric-a-brac, and fashion. But if you're not into antiques, head there for food from all over the world. It was delicious. You'll also find lots of street performers that draw in the crowds. I love this road also because it's part of a famous neighborhood. You may have heard about it, Notting Hill. Full of beautiful, colorful Victorian homes. Those are my favorite. And now one of the city's most affluent neighborhoods. Then it's off to the tube. Trust me, it's the best way to get around the city. I headed to the center of it all, Piccadilly Circus. I don't think I've ever seen this space without hordes of people, so be prepared. It is a circus after all. And basically, I just wander the streets from there. Chinatown is just north of Piccadilly, centered around Gerrard Street. Look for some amazing restaurants, supermarkets, and Chinese bakeries. I continue to head east to Covent Garden. Lots to see and do around here, and definitely a hot spot for tourists. But the street performers here are pretty amazing, and there's always a little opera in the midst of all the chaos. A lesser known area is called Seven Dials, and it's just north of Covent Garden. 7 different streets all coming to one point. The streets are full of cafes and shops, but I love the monument at the center of it all and the fact that people just sit there enjoying the atmosphere. Heading down one of these streets, I find a hidden little gem. Neal's Yard is a super cute courtyard where you'll find health food related retailers like Neal's Yard Remedies. Heading back towards the west into Soho is Carnaby Street. It's actually made up of 14 pedestrian-only streets and a must-see for anyone wanting to shop London street style. It's full of restaurants, brand names, pubs, and independent boutiques too. I love that it's pedestrian-only in the middle of one of the world's busiest and bustling cities. I love the flower pots and all that brick. I love the English architecture, the charming pubs, the carefree vibe, and the London street style. Another day and another major tourist attraction, Trafalgar Square. If you're into people watching, Trafalgar Square is perfect for you. The National Gallery is also a big deal here. But I'm loving the lions, the sculptures, and the fountains. It's one of the hottest summers in London, so I'm actually surprised no one was cooling off in the fountains. Another area I love to visit when I'm in London is the South Bank. And I love walking along the Thames towards this beauty. Tower Bridge is just the best looking London bridge and often confused for London Bridge. I also love the contrasting building of City Hall with all that glass and steel. There's always some kind of outdoor event happening here too, so make sure to head to Southwark. Walking a bit further along the river past the bridge is Butler's Wharf. Originally, the buildings were built in the late 1800s as warehouses for goods unloaded from ships in the Port of London. From chocolate biscuit factories to the largest tea warehouse in the world, the buildings fell out of use in the 20th century. Now they've been converted to fashionable flats and luxury restaurants. I love the walkways between buildings, which are now private balconies and terraces for the residents inside. Have I mentioned I love all the brick? Here's the view of the Thames River and bridge beyond. Pretty amazing. Buckingham Palace is of course a must-see, and you should definitely time it so you can see the changing of the guard. It happens every day, so there's no excuse. But on this visit, I had the special opportunity to visit the state rooms, which are only open for limited times throughout the year. No photos or video was allowed, but I can tell you it was pretty darn impressive. There was even a room with a secret door. Once the tour was complete, I exited out to the palace gardens. Photos were allowed here. And I see I'm well represented. It's the Canada Goose. Had me some royal ice cream. And I even met the Queen's corgis. Once out of the palace grounds, I walked through the neighborhood of Mayfair and instantly became obsessed with these coach houses. So charming, and they come with parking too. On my last day in London, I had to see Big Ben before I left. But he was looking a little under the weather. And the Parliament buildings were also a little off their game. But Westminster Abbey was just as beautiful as ever. A true British icon. This abbey has seen its fair share of coronations, royal weddings, and royal funerals, and many, many tourists. And then it was time to get to King's Cross Station, which was renovated in 2012 with this amazing glass and steel roof structure. I love the old and the new together, and I love the purple. Plus, Harry Potter's platform 9 3/4 is right here, if you can deal with the lineup, so you can take a photo. I couldn't deal. But my favorite station is just across the street. St. Pancras International is highly praised for its Gothic facade and the amazing single-span roof over top of the platforms. From here, I'm off to Paris next via the Eurostar high-speed train that will take me under the English Channel and into Paris proper. I love London, it never gets dull for me, it's always energizing and fun, and there's no better place to find traditional and modern design in one amazing city. Thanks for watching this video. Do you love the City of London? Then hit the like button and let me know what you love about this great big city. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button to get notified of all my new videos. Ever see if you do, 'cause it's understood you ain't got no heart, you just forget. Yes, if you say so, I have to pack my things.